I'm excited about the roster. I think we've made improvements throughout, Pete. It's one of those things to where you try to evaluate last year, move into the next season. Where do you want to upgrade? And I think we've done that in several areas. Our roster has changed. The one thing I do really like about the 35 guys coming in, there are 22 at least that have NFL credentials, some type of credential, whether it's practice squad, whether it's mini camp, whatever. So we feel like that type of experience is going to be a big help to us going into the season. That's a key thing because the AFL experience that comes with those guys that brings to your team is certainly important. Now, something we do every week, in the season, is we sit there and look at each team that we're playing, either on the road or here, and keep track of those guys to see how could they fit as a Tampa Bay Storm player. So, that was big for us, to see what the new CBA brought, what players were interested in moving, relocating. So, we dug into that. You'll see on our roster that there's probably half a dozen guys that came from that free agency period. It makes it to where at least it's equitable across the board for each team. And certainly we feel like the tradition of the Tampa Bay Storm gives us a little foot up. And then also, just the city of Tampa and being a part of TBSE and hearing the forum and Mr. Vinnick, the ownership, that all goes into it's strictly a recruiting process. But those are great tools that help us to get guys here. There's a complete test there. In other words, it's not just pick a player because of what he does on the field. Because he does have to be a fit into this family. And through the past 2 years, I think very candidly, we've made changes with guys that did not fit into the brand that Mr. Vinnick brings, that Derek brings to the Tampa Bay Storm. So that's a big part of our evaluation. But you always look to add one, certainly great experienced teachers. And I think out of Coach K, and with Coach Hovan, they are excellent teachers and coaches. Now what happens is what their background brings to you now becomes a recruiting tool as well. So I think that you will see from our defensive front this year, an increased passion for the position, for the game, which Coach Hovan will bring. And then I think you'll see from Coach K the experience he brings in this league from a secondary coach nature. I think we'll make great strides there in the secondary with him.